All right, good evening. Welcome to the March 25th, 2026 Foxborough School Committee meeting. This meeting will be broadcast live and recorded by Foxboro Cable Access.
I make a motion to open the meeting.
I second.
All in favor? All right, thank you very much. Unanimous motion to open. And we're going to start off the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Joe Garrity has offered to lead. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, great. We're going to start off with the open public comment. And unless I missed it, I believe that there is no one signed up for open public comment today. So we are going to move right on along to North Star Academy. And we have, Beth and Manny are with us today. Just make sure you speak into the microphone so they can hear you at home. They're going to give us a brief overview and presentation. They have a small private school that they are looking to bring to Foxborough. So they have a brief presentation to tell us a little bit about their school and their what they're proposing.
Thank you very much. My name is Beth Donesco. I live at 93 Beach Street, Foxborough High School, class of 92. This is my colleague, Manny Calveo. I've been in education about 25 years. Manny has been in education for about a dozen years, and we are here because we would like to open a private school, North Star Academy, in Foxborough, in a space we've secured at the Bethany Congregational Church. North Star Academy is a private, secular, nonprofit school founded, designed, and operated by experienced licensed professional teachers, specifically for students in grades 7 through 12 who are seeking a smaller than traditional learning community. This is going to be a school which will receive a college preparatory education in this smaller than traditional mainstream environment. Our first cohort will be no more than 24 seventh graders divided into classes of 12 each, and our intention is over 5 years to expand to a full 7 through 12 school. And we're here today because we, according to Massachusetts state law, need the approval of the school committee in the district where we'd like to settle to let us go ahead and open the school. And according to DESE, the main thing that we're looking for approval of is that our school, in your estimation by the information we present you, is matching, comparable to Foxborough Public Schools in terms of what they call thoroughness and efficiency. And we have, by using the DESE criteria, looked at that to mean that our school is providing a course offerings as well as a safe and secure environment that is comparable to Foxborough schools, not necessarily matching them, of course, in content, delivery, philosophy, or any of those specifics, but that that any student attending our school would meet the state requirement for compulsory attendance. That you look at what we're offering and say, yes, a student going to this school would be attending a real school, which we hope is what we're presenting today. And because we have, this is just our introduction, the main thing we did want to point out, and I have a quick handout here, I don't know if you want to look at it or not, that is much shorter than the big proposal that we have forwarded to the school committee, showing that in terms of course offerings and in terms of time on learning, and I have to thank the assistant superintendent who clarified what that meant when we met earlier in the fall. We are almost completely in line with the Foxborough Public Schools in what we're offering our seventh graders, and that we have a very planned listing of all of the regulations and other things we need to do to make sure our school is safe and secure for the students within the Bethany Church, which is actually a great space, and we're very excited about it. So I could give you those now if you want, or we can just leave them in the packet. But we just want to point out that in those major criteria, we're very much in line with what Foxborough is offering students. But of course, it'll be a smaller environment, which is the main selling point of our school, along with the differences that a private school usually entails. And so we're open to any questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Just for a quick point of clarification, I just want everyone to know that we were emailed a complete comprehensive list this afternoon of their complete proposal for the school. Unfortunately, it was too soon for it to come here to be included in any kind of presentation to be shared or put into the packet. So what we will do tonight, we are taking no action. This is an information-only session to introduce you and tonight, we will have you on for the next meeting to take action tonight. We can ask some questions, but I do have a little bit of a statement. Again, as a point of clarification for the board, Massachusetts Association of School Committees has looked into the Mass General Law regarding this. We also have our own policy. So I'd just like to read this just to let you know. The Foxborough School Committee has the statutory duty to approve or deny private schools located within the town. Our responsibility is limited but clear. We must approve a private school when we are satisfied that its instruction is equal in thoroughness and efficiency and in student progress to that of our public schools, and we may not deny approval based on religious instruction. Approval does not constitute endorsement or a full evaluation of quality. It simply allows students ages 6 to 16 to lawfully attend the school under state attendance requirements. The committee must establish and apply consistent policies and procedures, such as application review, documentation, and responsible criteria to evaluate whether this standard is met. We retain full authority over this approval decision and may not delegate it, though we may rely on administrative recommendations. For private special education schools, our approval under MGL Chapter 76, Section 1 is still required, even as the state separately approves such programs under other laws. Ultimately, our duty is to act reasonably, consistently, and in good faith in determining whether a private school meets the statutory equivalency standard. So, with that being said, we do appreciate the very thorough packet that you emailed to us. So all 5 of us will have ample time between now and the next meeting to review it. And we can reach out to you if we have, certainly anyone can ask questions right now. But if we develop questions after reflecting on it, we can certainly reach out to you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. With that being said, does anyone have any questions at this time for Bethany or Manny?
So Bethany Church isn't the biggest space in town. And I see that the plan was for 7th grade through 12th grade. Next year, would the plan be for 7th and 8th graders to be in there?
We hope so, yes. Actually, we're looking for 7th and 8th at that space. We realize it's not really probably big enough for anything beyond that. And we'd have to scope out something that we can probably pull that off with. But right now, we're just looking to kind of get off the ground there and establish that as sort of the junior high portion of this school.
Okay, so as part of that, you're also looking for like other spaces, and those are all within town too, or?
We hope so, actually, yes. Yeah. Yeah, we hope so. I just also do want to say, I know you got that email to you and everything. I do have hard copies right now. I have 5 of them, so if you want them, you can have them. So.
Thank you very much. We'll have you give Ms. Quattrini in the back, we'll have you give her any materials that you have with you now physically.
Sure.
We'll share all those materials with everyone electronically that you sent us again.
Okay.
Thank you very much. We just got it.
Yep.
Too late to have
Sorry
it
about
here
that.
today. No, that's totally fine. So next meeting, we as a committee would come together with the intention of actually acting on some kind of decision, and at that point, we can also build in a few minutes if anyone has any residual questions.
Excellent. That
Thank
sounds
you so
great.
much.
Does anyone
Any
have
more now?
anything? I don't know if any of you would like to add anything or have any points of clarification.
Not at this time.
Okay. All right. Anyone else?
No.
All right. So we
All
will
right.
see you at the next meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We are going to move right along to the approval of minutes. I believe we have one set of minutes and a subcommittee, right?
I think they're two regular.
Oh, 2 regular meetings. Yes, you're right. 2 regular meetings. First one would be the meeting from December 23rd, 2025.
I make a motion to accept the school committee meeting minutes from December 23rd, 2025.
Second.
Any further questions, comments, or discussion? All right, all in favor? Thank you very much. Next, we have a set of regular meeting minutes from March 4th, 2026.
I make a motion to accept the school committee meeting minutes of March 4th, 2026.
Second.
Any further questions, comments, or discussion? All right, yes, all in favor? You raise your hand.
Sorry,
don't
I was
ask me.
early.
That's okay. Just wanted to make sure I was catching you if you had something. All right, all in favor? All right, that's 500. Thank you very, very much on that one. Okay, next we have teaching learning highlights, athletic trainer of the year. Come on. Dr. Burtis, would you like to introduce?
I am not going to steal Dr. Donovan's thunder here.
Oh,
I'm very
okay.
excited about this teaching
That
and
you
learning
should be
highlight.
excited.
So well deserved. I'll say that as the teaser.
Yes.
Good evening. Thank you very much for having us. I'm joined this evening by Ms. Christine Dundon, who is our athletic trainer at FHS. As you may know, the district has a contract with Mass General Brigham to provide high-quality athletic training services to our student athletes. And Christine, who is a proud FHS alum, has been our trainer now for a few years. During this time, Ms. Dundon has distinguished herself for her care of our student athletes, her work with our families, and is an emerging leader within MGB. I invited her this evening because, as you said a moment ago, this past Monday and then again today at the State Athletic Directors Conference, Christine was presented with the Athletic Trainer of the Year Award by the Massachusetts Secondary School Athletic Directors Association, MASADA. The dedication on the award reads as follows. The award is presented annually to athletic trainers who exemplify exceptional service and make unique, meaningful contributions to the athletic training profession. It recognizes their servant leadership, unwavering dedication, and consistent willingness to go above and beyond and support our student athletes. Christine is one of those people that you see at nearly every one of our athletic events on the sideline and around town, and she is a huge part of our program at FHS. To my knowledge, she's the first FHS trainer who's received this award, and Mr. Cusack and I wanted to introduce her to the committee to mark this tremendous achievement for her and to thank her for all of her work, for all she does for our student athletes here at FHS.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Thanks for being here. We're so excited. Does anyone have any questions or comments? Please, please.
I mean, I can't say I'm surprised. I went into her office for 2 months straight during my football season, my senior year, and had to get my ankle taped along with a bunch of other angry football kids that had to wait and a bunch of other athletes. And she always dealt with us very well. It's hard dealing with high school kids, I can assure you with that. And everyone got everything taken care of on time, made it out, no problem. So congratulations on this incredible achievement.
And I will second that you are literally at every event that I'm at. So I've never been to a high school game that she's not in attendance. So it's amazing dedication right there.
Awards well deserved, clearly. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Thanks for being here and part of Foxborough. We are really excited.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Just to add one other thing, I know that Christine's worked with her colleagues to present and to do trainings, and based on the work that she's done here in Foxborough, and she really is setting the mark high. So we're fortunate to have her here serving our athletes, but at the same time, on the leadership level and what she's doing, she's really representing Foxborough well. So we thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you very much.
Congrats.
Congrats again.
Thank you.
Good luck this spring. You're going to be busy. Our athletes are lucky to have her for sure. Okay, we're going to go right over to the superintendent update, Dr. Burgos.
I don't have much, being that this is our third meeting in March, but I do have a couple of things. One, I wanted to start off, Dr. Donovan does such a great job in his newsletter of calling out a number of other congratulations. So our students in the DECA program did not disappoint. Highest number of kids so far as competing. And they will continue a number of them to Georgia a little bit later this spring, as far as competing at the international level, which is awesome. So congratulations to our students who did so well, that are moving on, and those that didn't move on, but again, really showed how well Foxborough is doing and continuing to increase the number of students that are participating in the program. Also, not a surprise probably to anyone, but our jazz ensembles, again, did really, really well this past weekend for the at the festival for in New Hampshire. So it was our jazz ensemble as well as our vocal jazz ensemble. So all of the students that participated and scored and did really, really, really well, again, always representing Foxborough well, and putting us on the map, so to speak, continually. So congratulations to them. We have unified basketball tomorrow at the Ahern at 3:30. Mentioned it at one of our last meetings. Awesome opportunity to go and see our kids in action. So if you have the availability in your schedule, highly recommend going to the Ahern for unified basketball. And the only other thing that I had was something that came to my attention, not anything that we need to do right now, but it has to do with Foxboro Cable Access, who we obviously know and love, always keeping us connected. They are proposing a shift in their board structure to better align with their users. And with that, they're going to be coming to the school committee to have the school committee appoint a member. It doesn't have to be a member of the school committee, it certainly can be, to be part of their board in the future. So more information is to come on that, but they're going to be looking to have the boards for the Board of Selectmen and the school committee to be appointing representatives for their boards in the future. So again, no action is needed at this particular time. Just want you to have kind of a general awareness and what's coming. And then also too, if it's something that any one of the five of you are interested in, to also voice that as well. We do have other members on the board. So as an example, Dan Williams, who's one of our civics teachers at the middle school, he does the daily too. He is an elected member and does an awesome job on the committee, and I know how much they value him as well. So we do have representation from the schools that are there. But they're going to be looking as they change their bylaws at their March 28th meeting, and then coming forward to school committee to ask that you appoint someone to their board.
Right, great.
Sorry if I should know this, but what is DECA? Which group of students is that?
Oh,
Okay. So now, as far as Dr. Donovan left, as far as the what it stands for, it's our students that work in entrepreneurship and business, and they go forward and they have different projects that they're working on, and then they present those projects, and it's across the state. Some schools have it as part of their program during the day as a class, and some of it, some don't, like us, and it's after school. So for us to continue with John McCabe, who is the advisor for that group, to continue to increase participation and all that they learn from entrepreneurship to business skills to presentations and leadership, it's impressive what the students do. And many of them go off for post-secondary and go into business. I'm going to put Nathan on the spot if he has anything else to add.
I wish I could tell you what it stands for. My sister's actually the president of the club, so shout out to her. Great job. Clearly, they're doing good things. But she's going off to a business school, and I know many of her friends who are in it are also going off to business school. So it's a very good business club, and Foxborough is very well represented on the state stage and nationally. I know that there's a couple of them going, so good luck to them.
all right. Anything else? Anyone have any questions? All right. We will move right along, and actually, Dr. Burtis, you're going to continue on. We're going to talk about the 2025 to 2026 school calendar update.
Okay, so as you are aware, when Chief Grace was here with Sergeant Allen and MJ as well, they, as he said, threw us a curveball with FIFA and requesting on the 16th, which was on the calendar as an early release because it was originally scheduled as the last day of school. With our 3 snow days, we have to build in by state law the 5. We've had 3, which pushes us over till Monday, the 22nd. The 16th It's already as an early release for that reason, and as you are aware from that meeting when he was here, he was requesting of the school committee if we could keep the 16th as an early release day, and the reason being that with having the largest sporting event in the world coming to Foxborough, concern with all of the commuter rails, trains coming in, and the increased traffic, that it would end up impacting our bus runs and all of the road closures, et cetera, and redirecting once they start closing down certain lanes, and moving those over. The high school already has an early release because of exams on that day, so it's really more the middle school and elementary that would have anticipated to go a regular day. The last day of school is an early release and always has been, but this would be for you to take action to keep that 16th of June an early release day.
Okay.
I will also mention that because of the, and principals were sending out a communication to families today, tomorrow is the friendly game, which is the Brazil versus France game that starts at 4. So we send out a message to say that there's the potential of buses not being exactly on schedule. So if children come home a little bit later tomorrow, don't be alarmed. That could happen. The police department is working with any of those roads to make sure. But Chief Grace, when I did ask that question, they were not concerned because it's not the full FIFA as it is in June.
Sounds good. Just, again, for point of clarification, June 22nd, the last day of school for a half day. Do you want us to make any kind of motion on that, or that's just automatic?
It's still the last day is a half day. I mean, I think the communication would go out to families to remind them, certainly, of that as well.
All right. So we will look for a motion to keep June 16th as a half day.
I make a motion to keep June 16th as a half-day because of the FIFA games that are occurring that evening.
Second.
Any further questions, comments, or discussion? All right, seeing none, all in favor? And that would be approved by all 5 of us, unanimous. Thank you very
And
much.
let's hope that we don't have any more snow days.
Yeah.
Or inclement weather
Hold
days.
on, knock on wood, quick.
Especially since there's another FIFA game on the 23rd.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, we're going to go right over to the school committee student representative report. We have Yasmin and Stevie.
So Foxborough Got Talent is being held at the high school again to raise money for the senior class. There is a link on Teams for students who want to sign up to participate. I'm not sure about what date it's on because I'm not sure that they're... 17th, I believe. Okay, it's on the 17th, we believe. Of
April?
April.
I think, yeah.
We're going to double check that for next meeting, but that's what we believe. Senior project starts next week, so next week, regular week of school, and then the week after that, senior project for any students, any seniors participating in that. For everyone else, there are 17 days till break, 41 days for seniors, and 57 days for everyone else.
I'm here to talk about World Culture Night yet again. This time, I invite all of the community members to come to World Culture Night on April 13th, 6 to 7 in the Foxborough High School Cafeteria and Media Center. If you don't know what that looks like or how it is, I do have a video to show. Also, if you're still looking to host a table or do a performance, the links are still open to host tables to showcase your culture. And again, I invite everyone to come, so hopefully the video will play and you can see an idea of what World Culture Night was last year. We had around 300 people show up last year, so it's a really big event in Foxborough High School, and I really suggest you come. It's only for 2 hours. It's really fun. There's a lot of food, a lot of performances, music. It's really fun.
I've been. It's a blast. Great job. It's always a fun time. It's a great thing to go to with the kids, too. Thanks. All right, do you guys have anything else to add? No? Well, thank you for the countdown. I'm starting to get spring fever big time. The snow and rain really put a damper on it, but it's okay. All right, we're going to move right along to the special education programs update with Mr. Mikulasic, and then we also have Ms. Kate Regal from Walker Solutions. Why don't you all come on up?
Good evening.
Hey, thanks for being here.
Well, thank you for having us. So, I'm Corey Mikulasic, Director of Student Services.
Kate Regal from Walker Solutions.
So, every year, of course, this is probably my favorite school committee meeting of the year, of course. What I would say is that each and every year we come up, we do an annual update. This year is going to be a little different. Instead, we've engaged and partnered with Walker this year to do a comprehensive independent special education review of our entire district, pre-K to 12. Really two focus areas, which was our current status of programs and services, and then also a big component of the report is just areas for improvement moving forward. For those that know me, I'm going to have to be quiet during this presentation, but certainly if you have questions, I am here at any point. We can certainly have that conversation, okay?
Thank you.
So thank you for having me and engaging in this process. I'm from Walker Solutions, which is the external arm of Walker Therapeutic and Educational Programs, which is a comprehensive special education and behavioral health organization in Massachusetts. Walker Solutions has partnered with schools, districts, state agencies for over 50 years, providing comprehensive program reviews, program development, consultation, coaching, training, and really looking to build capacity of schools and districts to meet the needs of students. So for this, you can, so I'm the Vice President of Consultation and Training and oversee that Walker Solutions for that piece. We had two evaluators engaged in this program review. Neither could be here tonight, but I can certainly speak to the full report. So Mary Larrabee was a former special education director with over 45 years in special education, and Jess Markham Anderson, who defends her dissertation next week and is a special educator as well as school psychologist. Interviewed 9 staff across the district, held focus groups with special educators, related service providers, put out surveys to caregivers and educational assistants, provided observations in all the school buildings as well as all of the educational settings, so the specialized programs as well as co-taught and inclusive settings, and then also reviewed data provided by the district and data available on the DESE website to really look at and be able to speak to current status as well as emerging trends, and then make recommendations. So I'll just briefly review some strengths to start. When we first met with Corey over a year ago to talk about beginning this process, he was clearly very proud of the work that Foxborough has been doing and the investment in special education. And so Walker, I should mention, did do a review previously, and a lot of those recommendations had been implemented with building new programs, expanding programs, bringing in the co-teaching model, and so we saw a lot of those strengths in our observations. The caregiver survey was overwhelmingly positive of the entire Office of Student Services, and when we met also overwhelmingly enjoyed working in the district, felt supported by the Office of Student Services, felt that Corey was responsive, as were other people within the special education. Corey feeling supported by the superintendent and others. So it was really a pleasure to work on this project. As I mentioned, There are many specialized programs. Those have been developed over the last, some of them have been developed over the last few years. A highlight was the PAVE postgraduate program and the community partnerships to provide employment opportunities to students. The mental health team, the special educators working together. Also, the district has invested in having external consultants to really help with the implementation of these programs. So, and then I heard the unified basketball game mentioned, but really thinking about the benefit to students with disabilities, but really the community at large, the engagement with Special Olympics, Best Buddies, and of course the unified sports and clubs.
Our middle school coach, by the way, is Kim McDowell. She's right here.
This is just one of the comments from the parent survey, which I think, not to highlight all Corey as the only one. This is really on the shoulder of the, many people responsible for the support I think that families feel in the district. So just a nice highlight of these surveys. Sometimes you only hear from families that are not feeling well served, and I'm sure there are those families, but we really had an overwhelming response of positive feedback. So again, adults enjoy working in the program or in the district and feel supported. It felt like a very collaborative adult culture, which really is so key to the school culture, and for students to feel supported is how the adults work together. The co-teaching model depends on that as well. That began in the elementary school, has continued into the middle and high school, and so very strong with ongoing support needed to further develop it. That model, of course, it really depends on ongoing investment in time for collaboration between the special educator and the general educator, and so very strong, and still needing ongoing support to be consistent. There are many facets to student support. It's not just the Office of Student Support, and so this review looked beyond just special education, but really looked at the full range of student support. And there's definitely been some rapid enrollment growth. A high percentage of new enrollment that comes in mid-year this year and last year are identified as high-need students, and so that's really stretched the capacity of some of the specialized programs. It's also stretching the capacity of the facility space, as noted by several school leaders, and so that was clear as we both looked at data but also visited programs and talked to school leaders. I'm trying to think of what else. I think I mentioned most of that. The inconsistent implementation of tiered systems of support. So that's one area where MTSS, multi-tiered systems of support, is kind of looked at often as a pre-referral to special education. Referrals to special education remain fairly low and below state average in terms of eligibility, in part because there is a comprehensive support structure where students are able to get support as soon as they need it and not wait for or not need special education necessarily. And that system, especially at the secondary level, needs support to continue to be strengthened. It is such an important aspect. One thing that came up were, increasing behavioral health needs, mental health needs, academic needs, and so especially around behavior, right now the district employs one BCBA, and so there was concern about overall support for the behavioral health needs of students, and whether that's having an impact on referrals and this kind of pushing on the capacity of current programming. There were a few roles also where there was some things evolve over time, and so some of the specialized programs have evolved over time where program descriptions may need to be revised and updated. A look at the specialized programs, are those the right programs for the students at this time? And also thinking about some of the roles that have potentially emerged, and there can be some inequity in that across the different buildings and levels, so just looking at that. Also, sorry, They're just, Child Find is a mandated process to identify students who may be in need of more support, and often districts have a robust Child Find system. We didn't find that Foxborough did, and so that can also strain the system where referrals are coming in throughout the year, and there's less opportunity for that multi-tiered system of support to be part of the process, and instead caregivers or educators will put in referrals directly to special education, and so the Child Find can provide more structured and scheduled opportunities to identify students who may need more support, which can support sustainability within the program. So we have a full report which will be available with over 31 recommendations. I'm not going to read all of those recommendations tonight, but kind of just wanted to provide a general overview. And so thinking about some of the demands on the Office of Student Services, as I said, there's a lot that goes into that. Not all of the things may be the highest priority for the district, and yet they are mandated by law and take a fair amount of time. And so really thinking about expanding the Office of Student Support, whether that's an assistant director, there's other roles that could potentially be elevated into an administrative role, but taking a look at that, adding a BCBA for that behavioral support, especially given the needs within the preschool and the specialized programs, thinking about the team chair position, which is where we found some discrepancies in the contracts across the same role in terms of days required for work and compensation, so taking a look at that. We know there's an increase in enrollment and some capacity issues, and so taking it within the report, there is a recommendation for a full process of how to analyze and really look at those trends to determine, make a database, determination in terms of which programs may need to expand. That goes hand in hand with also updating the program description. So again, instructional practices evolve as student profiles evolve, and so really taking a look at the programs now. What are the instructional practices? Who are the students they are serving? Are these the programs we need? And where do we need to expand capacity? And doing that with a facilities review to make sure that there is space, and where is there space? So taking a full look at that. Did I miss anything?
No, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, really thinking about that MTSS process. I believe Foxborough next year is in line for a DESE review, which requires really robust tracking of the MTSS process, and so making sure that that's in place in time for that review. The academic labs is a tremendous resource, and I didn't mention earlier, but really commend the middle school and high school for being creative with their scheduling, looking at how they can use the time available to best serve the needs of students, and academic labs is one of those places that could potentially be strengthened with curriculum, with really thinking about executive functioning skills, study skills. How do we do more than a study hall? What is the curriculum that could be implemented during that time to really help students with the reasons they need that extra support? And along those lines, the Bridge program is an excellent resource for students, usually seen as a Tier 3 intervention or a very intensive. And sometimes used as a Tier 2 intervention. Could that be expanded as a Tier 2 intervention and provide more of that short-term support to students that don't qualify for special education or don't need more long-term support, but really in the support for chronic absenteeism and other kind of mental health concerns or medical. I mentioned the BCBA, and then professional development. There's a comprehensive professional development program. Staff were appreciative of those opportunities. Staff always would like more voice in what is provided in terms of professional development. So that's relatively easy to survey staff. I think along the lines of caseloads, related service providers are also being stretched thin, and so having time for them to meet together, align on their own kind of eligibility and entrance guidelines, and then be able to train their colleagues around what's an appropriate referral, what are some Tier 1, Tier 2 supports that may be helpful for students who don't qualify for special education, or to provide services to see if this is something where they really do need just a short-term support. And then, of course, educational assistants are often, there's less availability for training, and that is in every district we're in, often highlighted as a need, and making sure that educational assistants are provided with the training so that they can really support students. So I think that's basically it for what I was going to share tonight, but both Corey and I are available for questions.
Thank you so much. The thoroughness in the report. I mean, to know that there's 31, you know what I mean? Like, thank you very much. We do appreciate that. And I agree with that first statement about our director. He's fantastic. We're very lucky for the entire special ed program that we have here. It really is amazing. But I did have a quick question. You use the term BCBA. Could you do me a favor and just define that? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, so that's a behavior analyst. There's
Okay.
social workers, there's psychologists, but then there's people who really look at the function of behavior, make behavior plans, and are really highly trained to do that, can provide also training within the district. And so that is their primary, I'd say, function, to look at the function of behavior.
How many do we have now?
One.
So we have one for the entire district. So your recommendations would be to hire
At least another one. And that came up a lot. Again, you know,
I heard you say it.
yes, and in our focus groups,
like, I
people
need to
love.
ask.
Yes, no, people do enjoy working here, and they're concerned about students and the needs, and so how to support them effectively.
Well, thank you very much.
Stands for Board Certified Behavior Analyst.
Thank you.
Welcome.
That's a full.
Everybody laughs at me, but I'll never forget my first school committee meeting, and everybody's talking, Desi, and this and that, and I'm like, what are they talking about? It felt like they were speaking a different language, so I'll never forget that. So I always try to
We often do.
define my acronyms, but it got me. I was like, I wonder what that stands for. I'm sorry. I should have asked sooner. I apologize.
No.
Does anyone else have any questions or comments? Michelle? She's our resident specialist.
I see her enough.
Specialist. Yeah, no. Anyone else have anything they want to add? Dr. Burdos?
I'd just like to publicly recognize the amount of work that went into the report and really appreciate the acknowledgement of the hard work of our special educators and our staff, obviously led by the leadership from each of the buildings, whether it's our team chairs that are sitting there too. I want to recognize that we have them here as well. Did you want to introduce
Yes,
them?
I'm sorry. I skipped over that part. Mr. Matt Stribble, he's the high school special education department head. Ms. Kathy Joyce is the preschool coordinator, and Ms. Kim McDowell is our out-of-district coordinator, as well as our in-district team facilitator.
And I just think that it's really important. I mean, you mentioned it from the last report and all of the work that's been done since then. And when I think about how you really frame it as our roadmap as we go forward, it is one of the things that was listed in our plan for success over the next 5 years. Clearly, this work is not done in a year. It's done over time. But the thoughtfulness that's there, but the acknowledgement of our really hardworking staff that work with our students and how much they truly care about our kids and what they're doing every single day. It really is a special place to be. I read through that too, where people are happy to be here, and the collegiality and the collaboration, that is key. And it does start from the leadership at the top. So thank you, Corey, all the work you've done, all of our team chairs and the leadership that they provide at the building level, and that our teachers and our educational assistants every day in what they do for our students, because it does acknowledge all of the hard work that we've done, but we're always looking for those opportunities to grow. When I think about the MTSS and the work that we've done, that was done in phases too, when we think about the academies with DESE, so it's not a surprise to us. I think that's the other piece where Corey and I have talked about that too, is that when we see the recommendations that are there, when it aligns with what we feel are the areas for growth, that's what we want to see, that there's not surprises for us. And I think that is clear across the board there, that it's the work that we've already identified. So to have an outside provider to come in and articulate that as well, then we know that we're on the right track and of the work that we're doing every day.
And I would say, thank you, Dr. Bertos. What I would say to that as well is, public education is so people dependent, right? People are supporting our kids, and when it comes to special education, it's tenfold, right? And what sets Foxborough apart is our staff are second to none, all of them, from educational assistants to specialized program teachers. And I'm talking as well, because we have such an inclusive culture, that I work also a lot with our general education classroom teachers who are phenomenal and make this work happen. So it's not just our special education staff, it is also all of our staff. We talk about within the report, there's a lot of connectivity with other departments. So for example, I rely heavily on the technology department for a lot of our assistive tech needs, and so their support there. So it's really, it's an amazing system here. And it was so nice to hear that, someone coming in that's not biased like I am, say you really do have amazing staff, and they do a really great job for kids. But what's really helpful about this report, to Dr. Bertos' point, is it provides us for the next 4 to 5 years kind of what our focus is and what we'll be working on over the next several years. But I think this really validates the work that we've done, the changes that we've made, and the investments that all of you have supported. I think is really helpful for all of us to make this magic happen.
For sure. Yeah, thank you. Thank you all so much, really, all of you. And thank you for being here. We really appreciate you all. Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I just ask one question really fast, just because I'm new to how this process works? So out of those 31 total recommendations, what is the process going forward and how you figure out, all right, what are the highest priority ones? Are there 10? Are there, how do you go about the next process?
I would say the assistant director is my first priority. Answer that really easily.
Good answer. I thought that was an easy answer for you.
You hear that? The reality is that's a great question, right? Because there was so much, and what I said early on, and the team and I have kind of certainly discussed, is that this is not a report that we want sitting on a shelf, right? So that's exactly it. We can do this report, but if it doesn't actually come to fruition, what is the point of the report, right? So next year, we're going to be engaging in a working group, district-wide, which is also a recommendation within the report, with a variety of stakeholders, whether it be CPAC representation, service provider, other leaders, to be part of this group and to develop our own action plan of how we're going to address certain issues, whether it be the facilities review, staffing, instruction, expansion of specialized programs, which is ever evolving every single year anyway. But no, that's a great question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
I think what's also...
I was just going to say, key to that too is our building principals and working, and they work so closely with Corey and everyone together to identify those priorities and what makes sense of what we're already working on in those aspects.
And thank you again. They're going to be really upset with me, but certainly the 5 building principals have a lot of ownership of this work because it's happening within their buildings, whether it be spacing, whether it be their communication with families and the work they do there. So I also commend the building principals for being fully part of this process and buying into all the work we're doing. So thank you.
I think what's also important, 31 recommendations does seem like a lot, but when you read through them, so much of that is already in our plan for success. There were already things that we had identified that we have been working on, as Dr. Bertos had said previously. So it might seem like it's a massive undertaking, but it is all work that we have been working on together for years. And had those next steps in mind. So it is reassuring to see it in
right. I know.
in a
it can
report.
Feel like, wait, we already knew this, and it is important to validate that.
Yes, on the right track.
Right. We don't want anything to be surprising. That would be a bad sign.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, all of you, for everything every day. We appreciate you so much. Thanks.
Thanks, Matt, Kathy, and Kim for coming.
Yeah, thank you all. All right, we're going to move along to the Student Opportunity Act progress report. Dr. Burrows.
Okay, I promise I will be brief. You have I believe, 10-page report in front of you, 12-page report in front of you. I will not go through it, I promise. I'll just give, for the new folks on the committee, just a brief overview about what this report is. The Student Opportunity Act, it was put in place around 2019. What it does is it gives individual school districts an additional $30 per student on top of their foundational Chapter 70 aid. So we get about $75,000 per year out of the Student Opportunity Act. If you look on the last page of this report, there is a grid that shows exactly what our budget is that's associated with our Student Opportunity Act plan. There's a caveat with the Student Opportunity Act that requires us to, every 3 years, write a plan that's that identifies focus areas, things that we're going to work on over the course of the next 3 years, and specific student subgroups that we're going to measure progress for those focus areas. So, and each year we have a progress report that we need to report to the state. So if you visit the district website, you will see the Student Opportunity Act plan. You'll see that. And you'll also see last year's progress report. This is our year 2 progress report. So we're in year 2 of 3 years of the Student Opportunity Act plan. So when you go through this report, I actually, I repackage the way that I submit it to the state is not as pretty as this report. I repackage it so that it's more digestible and easier for the public to view. But if you go through on, I just, I like to make things look a little bit more presentable. The pages that I think will be most helpful to you, if you look on the first page, you can see what those 3 focus areas are. They're going to sound a lot like the items that we actually just spoke about in the Walker presentation. We really make sure that the items that we're focusing on, that they're woven into everything that we do. So comprehensive tiered supports, collaborative teaching models, and targeted academic support and intervention. Those are going to sound a lot like inclusive practices, co-teaching, multi-tiered systems of support. Those are the things that we've been working on in our plan. And there's a good summary there. On the next page, the second page in the report, there's a nice bulleted list of the things that we've been working on this year in particular that I think will be helpful to you, just to get the lay of the land. If you're interested in going more in depth, on the following pages, there's a little bit more detail for each of the 3 focus areas, just a little bit more granular when we're talking about comprehensive tiered supports. What exactly did we do that's relevant to that focus area? And then when you get to page 7, that's where you start to see the summary of preliminary data and evidence of progress. So when you do read through our evidence of progress, you can see that we're already making a lot of headway on the goals that we set for this report. So we're in really good shape. And I'm happy to answer any questions about this. I don't blame you if you haven't read this page by page, but that's the general breakdown of how it's organized for you. And I can answer questions now, or if you read through it and you have follow-up questions at a later date, I'm always here to help.
Thank you very much on this. I know this is something that we've been working on, but where we do have a few new members on the committee, I appreciate, as always, your thoroughness, especially in delivering this data in such a nice, digestible way. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions or comments on this? All right. If there's anything else you have for us on this, but I think at this point you've delivered the information. We appreciate the effort that you put into this and the detail and everything that you do. Quite honestly, it is nice. I'd like to make a quick point. It is nice to see everything, like you say, weave together and just realize that we're all. It is nice. We are cohesive here in Foxborough, and I think that's something that really does set us apart. Right from the top down, everyone just works well together. We all share a common goal and theme, and it seems really universal across all the schools, so thank you.
Correct. And Mr. Michalazek and myself have been working on all of these things together for a long time. I should also mention, I forgot to mention this piece. I have to present the progress report to school committee each year and then post it on the website. So you will be able to access this on the website in electronic form, and you can see the original plan as well there.
Great. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you on that. And yeah, that's great. Thank you. We're going to move right along. Ms. Sheridan, you've been quiet today. It looks like we have a couple of donations.
Pleasant. I get to just listen. I have two. I'm going to do Wegmans first because then I'm going to move it over to Stephanie to talk about the project Lead the Way. But the Wegmans is donating a $500 Wegmans gift card for the Ahern Drama Program. So that's the first one. And then Stephanie, you want to talk a little bit about Project Lead the Way?
Sure. You'll see in your packet another $10,000 grant from Project Lead the Way. If I can just give a shout out and a congratulations to Dr. Macharnik, our high school science department head. She has been actively working to expand our Project Lead the Way engineering program over the course of these past few years. And we're really excited about these additional funds. And Dr. Macharnik as well has been really instrumental in our work on innovation pathways as well, and that also connects with this work as well. So those funds will be used to further support the growth of that engineering program up at the high school. And that's going in year 2 of implementation. And then we're also expanding into that biomedical pathway as well in the following year. So really great things happening at the high school. She's doing a wonderful job.
She's amazing.
Yes.
Again, we're weaving together all these goals, and everyone's just working together, and it's great. It's great. I will take a motion on each of these. Anyone would like to?
I make a motion to accept with gratitude the $500 Wegman gift card that is donated to the Ahern Drama Program.
Second.
Any further questions, comments, or discussions? All in favor? Thank you very much. Now the project Lead the Way.
I make a motion to accept with gratitude the $10,000 donation from Project Lead the Way to the Foxborough High School for program expansion.
Second.
Any further questions, comments, or discussion? All in favor? Thank you all so much. Thank you and thank you to Dr. Macharnik too. This is wonderful. This is really great. So.
It's really nice to get steady funding for that because it guarantees that we can grow the program and get kids great supplies and tangible supplies to be able to do that Project Lead the Way coursework. So,
for sure. So, thank you for that. We're going to go on to community update. We'll start right here with Allison today.
Great. So I just got word today, and I might be stealing some of Pat's thunder for this, so sorry, Pat, if I stole this from you. But Foxborough football announced their Gridiron Golf Tournament will be May 15th, so it's a Friday. They're just started marketing that now, so you can look on, it'll come from the Touchdown Club for the high school, and it'll also come from youth football. So if you're interested in supporting Foxborough football from the earliest ages all up through 12th grade, this is the fundraiser for you. So there'll be more information on that, but it's a good one, and they usually have great prizes and giveaways, and it's a great day to go out and do some golf in May, and that'll be in Bellingham at one of the golf courses there.
New England Country Club.
Thank you. New England Country Club. Yes, see? Told you I stole Pat's thunder. Hopefully you have something else, Pat.
All right, Michelle.
We had our CPAC bowling event on Sunday. It went very well. We did that in conjunction with Mansfield. I just want to say, CPAC, we've done a lot of events this year. We've, worked really hard. And I just want to put a call out for any volunteers for CPAC. We've done a lot of work. Carrie Weston and Holly Mandello have put in a lot of work. Carrie and I are most likely aging out at the end of this year. So again, anyone who'd like to volunteer to keep this program going, I think it's very important, and we've established a good relationship with the families in town and with neighboring families. So, again, anybody interested, please step up.
As a quick endorsement, I've known this woman now for the better part of a decade, and the entire time I've known you, you've been on the CPAC board and put thousands, and I'm probably shy of the reality, thousands of hours of your time into this program. So anybody who does want to take it over, I'm going to be a little advertisement. You're taking over a wonderfully established board by a great board, from a great board. You're passing on something that's going to be just so wonderful and established, and you've got a great playbook to hand over. So
yes.
It'll be great. Whoever gets it will have all the wonderful work you've done.
The momentum, hopefully, we're hoping to keep up the momentum.
And
Thank
we
you.
appreciate you and Carrie and everyone,
and Holly, has
Aaron,
done a lot of
Holly,
work. Yes,
everybody
they've
that's
put in
done
a
all
lot
this
of work into this, yes.
through the years and built the program to where it is.
Yes, and kept this moving. So we would like to see it continue. I'm sure Corey would too.
Yeah, no, really, they'd be lucky to get take the board over from you all. You guys have done a wonderful job. So, sorry, my advertisement's over, but it really is amazing. Nate.
Yes, few updates from the rec department. Middle school adventure registrations opens April 1st. No, that is not an April Fool's joke. And Booth summer counselor applications are now being accepted. So anyone interested, or if you know anyone interested, let them know and get those in as soon as possible.
I'm going to piggyback onto that and let people know that they are also looking for lifeguards. I did hear some chatter that they are looking for lifeguards, and the recreation department is willing to pay for training for lifeguards. So there you go. Excuse me?
Definitely needed.
Definitely needed,
They need
yes.
more, and they need more high school kids, especially because you have all these college kids, and then August comes, they go back to college early.
Yes, so any high school students, if you're interested, it's a great opportunity.
Can I take advantage of that?
Yes. Pat.
Yep, so want to shout out the DPW as well as the high school facilities crews, because they got the fields are looking like they're in shape for the start of the spring season. I'm sure it wasn't easy given we had such a heavy late snowfall, so I know it's starting for not only the youth programs, but as well as the older programs, the varsity programs. I think the baseball starts on Friday for their regular season. So they did a great job getting it together, and all those snowbanks are melting. Watch out when you're driving over where those snowbanks were, because I found a nail in my tire, brand new tires, just got a nail in it, so.
Ouch.
Awesome.
Dr. Burdos, do you have anything for us?
I don't.
No? Dr. Burrows?
I'm okay.
Ms. Sheridan? Yasmin? All right. And today, I really have nothing, so I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
All in favor? Thank you very much. Have a great night.